Hey everyone, it's Moonbo here, bringing you guys even more Scrap Mechanic, this time with some more old school flight. In part 5 of episode 13, I'm very happy to show you guys this really cool Red Baron airplane. As you can see, I've tried to add some details to it. There's a few very cool things I want to show you about this plane actually. That make it very unique compared to the other planes that I've made. And I'll show you now, actually. So, with the thruster arrangement, it's very different compared to the other ones that I've made, in the sense that all of the thrusters are on the outside. Not a single thruster is actually built into the actual body of the plane, minus, of course, this one thruster right here, which is actually your reverse key. So that's the one exception, but all the dynamic thrusters are outside. There's 6 in total that are moving parts, and the 6 that move are actually pretty much one of the key components in how the plane flies. So it feels very natural. It looks really nice in the air as well. I want to show you here, this is a little step that I made that you can actually press, and it'll kind of just come right out here, so you can hop up onto the plane, get into the seat, and as you can see, it'll just retract like that. Up top here, I did some kind of cool iron cross stuff, just to match the theme of this plane anyway. And I thought it was really cool. It's got 3 wings, which is just crazy. That's so many wings. But I tried to add a little bit of detail to those as well. As you can see, the thrusters are there, but the locations of them are pretty convenient, and I think ultimately this thing looks really cool. So as you can see here, actually I've added some kind of cool, this is the double barrel gun here that was mounted on top of it. After looking at some pictures, I saw it and I figured, you know what, I gotta add these. And as you can see, I actually have some suspension back there. So if I hop back here and hop into this driver's seat, you can actually see these 2 buttons are the ones that are connected to it, and it's 9 and 0. All you have to do is tap 9 and 0 like this, and you kind of get this really neat kind of machine gun effect going on anyway. It's as good as it gets in Scrap Mechanic, what can I say, what can I say? But really though, it looks cool, and when you're flying around actually, it looks really neat in the first person. And these bad boys, they got so much power that they're actually slowly pushing me back. But if you actually quickly look here, you'll see, so it's just 2 thrusters mounted to a couple things like this. It's amazing, I was able to fit those thrusters inside this little tiny area, but I'm so happy with the way that turned out. I thought it was really cool, especially when you're in that first person view and you're flying and you're shooting like this, and it's not like an automatic firing either, and I find that makes it a lot more fun. So the challenge is trying to fly and shoot at the same time, and we can only imagine it wouldn't be the easiest thing to do in a real plane. So another cool feature is I added this propeller here. As you can see, it has like a nice wind-up time, not too fast, not too slow, so it looks pretty natural, and it spins fast enough so that way it's not really much of a visual problem when you're looking through the front end flying around. So here's the dynamic thrusters. So as you can see, when you press A and D, you see all these thrusters are turning, and they do quite a number on how it flies, but you're pressing a couple other buttons as well. Here, I'll bring this up quickly and go over these buttons now, so that way when you guys fly it, because this airplane will be in the Steam workshop, of course, so the link will be in the description for you guys to try this plane out, and you guys can let me know what you think. So hopefully these little bit of instructions on the buttons will help you fly this plane. So 1, of course, is just the engine start and stop there. 2 is your forward thrust like so. 3 is what gives you that Scrap Mechanic magical lift, of course. And 4 here, 4 brings your nose down like that. And 5 and 6 are your roll. You gotta have those. You always need to roll your planes, always. And here, so actually, yeah, so 7 is reverse. So that's kind of interesting, but so 7 will give you reverse, and W will give you forward. Like, so if you press W, you're kind of just driving around like this, If you press 7, that'll kind of put your brakes on and thrust you back again. But number 2 is the one that's actually mounted to all of these kind of dynamic thrusters. So you press that with 2, and that's when you start getting your actual turning capabilities, as you can see on the ground like that. So when you're up in the air now, 8 will bring the nose up. So it's kind of weird. 4 brings your nose down, 8 brings your nose up. But you don't really need to use 8 very often, because usually you're actually worrying about 4. So that's why I kind of put that key closer. Of course, you can always remap these keys to something that's easier and suits your playstyle in Scrap Mechanic. But whatever works for you. I like the numbers just because it's what I've always done, and it's what I'm going to probably keep on doing, so at least you guys will have an idea of what the buttons do and how you can remap them. And like I was saying earlier, after 8, there's 9 and 0, which is kind of like the cool machine gun. So you can actually get a really cool effect when you're flying, especially in the first person. You get a nice view, and this plane is very stable, so you can really enjoy the view. So I, of course, am going to go for a nice flight around the area here, and hopefully get some cool shots for you guys, and maybe a really nice landing as well. So if you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button, guys, and as always, subscribe for endless Scrap Mechanic.